All right, today we're going to cut through all the noise and build a simple, science-backed anti-aging strategy. This isn't about some miracle cream. It's a proactive blueprint for looking your best for a whole lot longer. Let's dive right in.
So let me just kick things off with a question for you. What if the vast majority of the lines, the spots, the sagging skin that we all associate with getting older, what if they didn't have to happen? What if they were more of a choice and not just inevitable? Because here's the deal, and honestly, if you only remember one thing from all of this, make it this. A whopping 90% of the visible changes we call aging are caused by just one thing. And, spoiler, it has absolutely nothing to do with how many candles were on your last birthday cake. Understanding this number is the key to everything that follows. So what is that one thing? Yep, it's the sun. It is the #1 driver of what you see in the mirror over time. And really understanding its effect, well, that's the foundation of any smart anti-aging plan. Now, there's a technical term for this. It's called photoaging. It's just a fancy word for skin damage caused by ultraviolet radiation. And it's completely separate from chronological aging, from the actual years you've been alive. This is so crucial because it means the biggest factor aging your skin is something you can actually control. So, how does this actually work? What's going on under the hood? Well, this breaks it down perfectly. On the left, you see what's happening deep inside your skin. Those UV rays are literally breaking down collagen and elastin. Those are the proteins that keep your skin firm and bouncy. And on the right, well, that's what you see as the result. The wrinkles, the dark spots, the sagging. It's a really clear cause and effect. Okay, so what's the one thing? What's the single most powerful, effective, absolutely non-negotiable move you can make? It's this. Wear a broad spectrum SPF 30 or higher every single morning. And broad spectrum just means it protects you from all the different types of damaging UV rays. Rain, shine, sitting by a window, it doesn't matter. This one habit is more powerful than pretty much every other tip combined. No exceptions. All right, so once you've got your defense locked in with sunscreen, now we can go on the offense. Let's look at the two most proven ingredients that actively help repair and protect your skin. We're talking about the power duo of modern skincare. First up in this power duo is retinol. It's a powerhouse form of vitamin A that's famous for speeding up cell turnover and boosting collagen. But I know what some of you are thinking. You've been hesitant, right? You've heard the horror stories of irritation, the peeling, what some people call the retinol uglies. The bad news? That is completely avoidable. Look, the key is just to start smart. You can totally avoid all that drama. As this guide shows, you just begin with a low concentration and only use it a couple of nights a week at first. You always apply it to completely dry skin. That's a big one. And you always follow it up with a good moisturizer. You follow these steps, you get all the amazing benefits with none of the downside. Okay, so the second half of our power duo is an antioxidant. And to get why you need one, you have to know about these things called free radicals. Just think of them as these tiny, unstable wrecking balls that come from things like pollution and UV light. The source material uses a perfect analogy here. They damage your skin cells in a process that's a lot like how rust forms on metal. So how do you fight that rust? With vitamin C. It's your morning shield. Here's how you build that defense. Step 1, a vitamin C serum goes on first to neutralize those free radicals before they can cause any trouble. Step 2, your sunscreen goes on right over top to block the UV rays from ever getting in. It's a powerful 1-2 punch that keeps you protected all day long. You know, what you put on your skin is really only half the battle. So let's talk about how to support all that good work from the inside out, starting with hydration and what you eat. Okay, first things first, let's clear up something that trips a lot of people up. Dry skin and dehydrated skin are not the same thing. As you can see here, dry skin is a type. It's something you're born with, and it just means your skin doesn't produce enough oil. Dehydrated skin, on the other hand, is a condition. It lacks water, maybe because you haven't been drinking enough. Knowing the difference means you can grab the right tool for the job: ceramides for dryness and hyaluronic acid for dehydration. So let's talk a little more about those ceramides. The source uses this brilliant analogy. Think of your skin cells as little bricks, while ceramides are the mortar that holds all those bricks together. When you have strong mortar, you have a strong skin barrier, which is amazing at keeping moisture in and all the bad stuff, like irritants, out. So what's the deal with collagen supplements? I mean, they're everywhere, right? Well, the science suggests they might give you some modest results, but the jury's still out. The evidence is still developing. You know what's a guaranteed win? Your diet. Your body is already a collagen factory. You just have to give it the right raw materials. Things like lean meats, eggs, citrus, leafy greens. That is the proven method, hands down. Okay, beyond what you eat, there are these hidden agers, daily habits that can either speed up the clock or slow it way, way down. And they can totally undermine all your other hard work if you're not careful. And look, there are two habits that are just absolute villains when it comes to your skin. Smoking literally suffocates your skin from the inside out by reducing blood flow and just destroying collagen. Meanwhile, a high-sugar diet triggers something called glycation, which is where sugar molecules basically latch onto your collagen fibers and make them stiff, brittle, and weak. And hey, here's a super modern problem, right? Tech neck. That constant looking down at our phones and devices creates these really deep horizontal lines. The fix takes a little bit of conscious effort, but here are 3 simple things you can do. Try to raise your phone to eye level, treat your neck with the same products you use on your face, and maybe consider a silk or satin pillowcase to reduce that friction while you sleep. And finally, let's talk about the most underrated and totally free anti-aging tool we have, sleep. And this number is key. Research shows your skin's peak repair and regeneration process really kicks into high gear around 11:30 at night. Getting 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep isn't a luxury, it's a non-negotiable part of your skin's repair cycle. Okay, so we've covered the science, we've talked ingredients, we've looked at lifestyle. Now let's wrap it all up and put it into a simple, daily blueprint that you can actually follow without it taking over your life.
But before I show you the routine, you gotta get this one thing straight. The only real secret here is consistency. Seriously, the person who looks amazing at 50 didn't find some magic potion at 49. No way. They built simple, steady habits way back at 29. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And this is it. This is what that consistent routine actually looks like. See, it's not complicated at all. Take a look. In the morning, a quick cleanse, then you protect and hydrate. At night, you cleanse again, then you repair and restore. That's the whole thing. 6 steps that take, maybe 4 minutes total out of your entire day? This is the blueprint that actually works. At the end of the day, almost all of this is in your control. It's all about making small, intelligent choices day after day. The person you're going to be in 10, 20, or even 30 years is literally being built by the decisions you make today. So, you ready to start?